Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm MisterDMillipede, studio head for Zonal Goblins Incorporated. I would just like to say a few words before our presentation this evening. As you may be aware, several studios, including ours, have suffered problems with our distributors recently. This actually led to the banning of one of our movies. It was with that in mind that our presentation this evening was made strictly within the guidelines laid down by the distributors for release of the movie. As will become evident during the presentation, I shall be making some remarks about the nature of the film and why certain decisions were made. Now sit back and enjoy the movie. Thank you. Due to the sensitive nature of this movie, it has been rated PG-75. This means that only people over the age of 75 can view the presentation, and only when accompanied by a parent. First of all, I should like to point out that our director and our actors are all currently on loan from other studios, and consequently those studios have forbidden us to show their names, as it may be detrimental to those studios. Unfortunately, due to copyright infringement, we cannot reveal the title of our movie, as it was once used in Outer Mongolia in a sketch in a pantomime performed by 2 monks, a yak and 3 goats for Genghis Khan, before he had them executed. It should have become obvious by now that in fact you can see no actors. The actors, and indeed the extras who supported their decision, have all applied for image rights, and I'm afraid that the studio cannot run to such extravagant expenditure, and so we will have to do without them. Instead, I would like you to concentrate on the wondrous backdrops that you can see in the movie. This one, for example, is sunset over the Swiss Alps, a stunning picture that unfortunately you cannot see because someone complained that it looked passably like a photograph taken in the Rocky Mountains by their granny 35 years ago. And can you hear that bark? Well, obviously not, because that bark was copyrighted by the owners of a dog star of the 1930s. I cannot tell you who the dog star was, but she was something of a bitch. And now we have an action-packed fight scene, or at least we would have done if Tom and Jerry hadn't done it in a cartoon 50 years ago. Now for the sex scene that has got all the censors in a twist. Unfortunately, we couldn't show it for obvious reasons, and after all that trouble we went to find an actor and an actress with no naughty bits. I'm sure you're all sitting there in full appreciation of the wonderful music track of the movie. It is called A Lengthy Silence in D flat, D house and D bungalow, and the composers of the piece, the Unplugged Electric Music Instrument Company of Pittsburgh, are applying for a copyright on the piece, so that if anyone wishes to put any amount of silence in any future film, they will have to pay royalties and ask for express permission. I've just been handed a note. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid you cannot see any more of the movie, as apparently this voiceover infringes copyright, as every word that I have said is owned by the Oxford English Dictionary. Good night.